Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Air-King reference 114200, 34 millimeters in Rolex's proprietary 904L highly anti-corrosive stainless steel. This timepiece represents the Air-King before it was reborn in 2016 as a far larger timepiece, an Explorer dial, silver sunburst, 34 millimeters in the classic Rolex cushion style Oyster case. It's an easy watch to wear on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist with a thickness of 11.6 millimeters and a very reasonable lug to lug dimension of 41.8 millimeters. If you include the solid end links to the Oyster bracelet, it's still just 44 millimeters across the wrist, so I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. The spacing between the lugs is 19 millimeters if you want to accessorize, and I think that would actually be appropriate, as this is a timepiece that benefits from imagination in dress-up. It's a very elemental watch that's essentially tabula rasa for those of you who like to swap straps and re-engineer your watch by aesthetic novelty. So the timepiece has the Oyster bracelet, and as you can see, it's the classic 3-link design with polished outer faces. All removable links are fixed by screws, and you can see that because this is an entry-level Rolex piece, the interior of the clasp is frosted, but it's functionally identical to its polished equivalents. There is a beacon hook system internally, so it snaps shut, and that snap indicates the presence of a lift lock trigger. It's not simply a friction fit clasp. You can't just snap it shut and pull it open, so it's very secure. And although it doesn't feature the Rolex EasyLink functionality as an entry-level model, it does feature 3 divots internally that allow you to use a strap tool to change the anchoring point of the bracelet inside the clasp for precise sizing. The timepiece featuring the classic Oyster case band, in many ways this case design is a direct descendant of the original bubble back, especially due to the compact and traditional dimensions and the presence of the domed bezel. The timepiece, easy to wear, comfortable, and a timepiece best understood in terms of the original bubble backs of the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. They were the first Rolex watch family to combine the Oyster water-resistant case with the Perpetual automatic winding system, and this watch is very much in that tradition. The timepiece also featuring a simple dial, but a rich dial. As you can see, it is a silver sunburst with white gold tri-Arabics. It's an Explorer dial with that signature 369 Explorer dial, white gold indices, fully loomed white gold hands that are actually faceted down their center for better contrast against the silver sunburst base. You can see the familiar Air King logo font, as well as a applique white gold Rolex 5-point coronet. Now underneath and protected thanks to the twin lock screw down crown, Rolex manufacture caliber 3130, 31 joules automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve. It features a stop seconds or hacking functionality and a very smooth bi-directional winding system thanks to Teflon coated reversing wheels and a jeweled staff pivot rather than a bearing. The watch also features a full balance bridge and a free sprung index for shock resistance, and an overcoil hairspring, a handmade Breguet overcoil hairspring, the better to help the watch keep identical time in any orientation with respect to gravity on your wrist or on your dresser at night. As a result, the watch, which is adjusted in 5 positions, earns a Swiss COSC chronometer certification. It is the full package, and the architecture of the movement is essentially identical to what you'll find in a Rolex Submariner, so this chronometer is very tough. A timepiece that wears well on any wrist, and a handsome canonical Rolex, a timepiece again descended directly from the Oyster Perpetual and thus as core to the collection as any GMT, as any Submariner, as any Daytona. See it and live the legacy of Rolex's finest on the Watchbox. And we're back with the Rolex Air King by night.